Hello, everybody. This is Janet Meyer from the Positive Impact Movement, and I'm here with Ralph Weickel. He's a member of the Positive Impact Movement, and I'm really delighted to be here with you, Ralph, today. Thank you so much. So I would love for you to introduce yourself so that people get to know you. I think it's the best way for you to do it yourself, and then we continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jeanette. Thank you for asking me. I love being here. I really enjoy what the movement is about. So my name is Ralph Weickel. I live in the US right now. I also have a business and a home in Amsterdam. So there was a time pre-COVID where I was living on 2 continents. This has now changed. And so we're adapting to the new way of life, the new way of working. And I think the positive impact movement and the people who are part of it really have the opportunity now, and that's what gets me excited, to influence how we work going forward. I think that there's strength in numbers, so if we can find ways to communicate, to interact, to leverage each other's strengths, because we've all done different things. So let's learn about each other, and as I was just sharing with Jeanette, there's been more new business filings recently in the US than in the previous years. So I know there's a lot of energy to start things. So that makes it equally exciting to be part of this movement. Yes. So I'll stop there.
Thank you so much. Yes, no, it's like you're saying, we have now an opportunity to also, because we have more time. Even if we are still working in companies or wherever we are, since we work from home or we travel less, we have more opportunities to really pause and think and feel what's happening with us and with our life, and what do we really, who are we, and what do we really love to do, and what really fulfills us, so that we can start working on that.
Yeah, this is, I mean, to me, this is the great pause. And this gives everybody a chance to pause, and whether it was planned or unplanned, in the environment gives you the opportunity to take a step back and say, do I like working this way? Do I like working the other way? What is benefiting me? And so if we take the time and not rush into the next solution, I think we can really make a difference individually first. I mean, all change, organizational, community, starts with the individual.
Yes.
So if we figure out what works for us individually and then find a like-minded tribe,
yes, and
then after a while that tribe starts attracting people, that's, I think, how change happens organically and sustainably. The longer this goes on, there isn't a going back.
No.
What's back?
Yes.
At the same time, there's a lot of questions about what does tomorrow look like. And so I think, if we can have more conversation around, what's the word? The nuances, the day-to-day, what would my day look like? What would I want my day to look like? How do I want to spend my day? And then if that's how I want to spend my day, what do I need to do to make that happen? So it's changing the dialogue a little bit about what is nurturing to me, what energizes me, what feeds me, and then what do I need to do the logistic stuff, like make money, pay rent, pay mortgages, eat, those kinds of things.
Yes, it's really about, like we do in the socially conscious change makers, no? It's really about going from the inside out and not being where I am working outside in and reacting and adjusting to something. It's in this time we have really the possibility to reinforce this inside out living.
It requires taking the time, though, to figure out what is inside.
Yes.
And what is important inside. And that can be scary, especially if it hasn't been done. And it can be lonely. And so it's to find a community where I can have, maybe with 1 or 2 people, have the discussion, the conversation, what really is inside of me, what really is important to me. And then as that discussion grows, we can come up with some behaviors, parameters, whatever term you want to use, that we can say, okay, this is what our cocoon looks like. This is what our
Yes.
bubble looks like. Who wants to come in?
Yes.
And as the bubble grows, we keep having that discussion. Is this still feeding us?
Yes.
It's a different dialogue.
I love it because you're talking there also about what for me is open heart, but it has also the name of vulnerability, I think. And that's really being able to share with people like you who you are, what you need, the support you require, so that you can really understand yourself by sharing with others. Because it's like you were saying, it's not easy to look inside. But when you share about your needs or what's happening with you, open-hearted with other ones, you start discovering more about yourself, no? And
Right.
For that you need a safe environment. For that you need a place where you feel okay to be like that, because no one is judging you.
I think that's the key, is that you feel okay, and regardless of what others feel about it, it really does. It doesn't matter, because we're all on that journey, whether we acknowledge it or not.
Yes.
We're on a journey of some kind right now, and so just buckle up, and get ready for a ride, because it's going to be a ride. That's all I can say. It's going to be a ride.
Yes, it's going to be a ride, but I think it's a beautiful ride, whatever it is. Even it's a roller coaster, it's going always to go up in a certain point of time. Even if it goes down, it will go up and more up.
Whatever goes up comes down, or whatever goes down at some point in time comes back up. So it's also to give ourselves a little bit of space to know we don't have to have the answer.
Yes.
That we need some vision of what the end point looks like. It's going to get defined. Today we know the X. Tomorrow we'll know more. We know more about the virus today than we did 6 months ago.
Yes. It's what we always say, the vision. Today there's a vision, but the vision will become every time clearer, because today it's not tomorrow, and tomorrow is not today, and tomorrow you already know a little bit more, so you refine things, no, as you go along. So,
I think it's wonderful.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you something, and for today, for today's interview, and it's how do you feel you are positively impacting society today?
So from my perspective, and I think this is only from me looking to the world outside, is that you'd have to ask people in my world how I'm doing it. It is my belief that I can, if I look for what's working, what the positive things are, and shed light on those, it allows others to see it, and that creates some energy and creates some connectivity. There's so much negativity right outside in the world right now. There's so much polarization. There's so much I'm right, you're wrong. You're not part of my tribe, so you must be wrong. You must be the bad guys. And I think we have to focus on our commonality. You know this, and some others in the movement know it. I'm very active in a 12-step program. And we always talk about, let's focus on the similarities, not the differences. And I think that really has some traction for me, that there's more similarity amongst all of us than we recognize. We focus on gender, on skin color, on ethnicity, on political beliefs, on education, you name it. We look at all the things that makes us different. Yet at the end of the day, when I put my pants on, I don't jump into them. I put them on one leg at a time.
Yes.
Just like everybody else. And I think what's missing is to have that dialogue, and for people just to talk to each other and listen to each other. And listen for the similarities. And if I see the similarities, then the differences, I don't think, are going to be that big. So I think that's what I look to do. You know, I do my best to encourage people to follow their dreams and their aspirations. Sometimes I can be a little, you know, somebody said to me the other day, you know, you're a little bit much sometimes, but always looking for the positive. You know, there are some crappy things. And I said, yes, there are. And that doesn't mean I have to focus on them. I can acknowledge them and move on.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's the thing we all have. You know, that's the thing, that's what I have to do. And as long as I keep doing that, hopefully I'll attract other people to that dialogue and to that conversation.
Yes.
Because for so many of us, especially in the Western world, we have so much to be grateful for.
Yes. Yes. We have
so much to be grateful for, pandemic or not.
Yes.
And I don't think we spend enough time in gratitude to just say thank you.
Yes, that's something I love about you, because I see it in the community, and also when I first met you, is this positiveness, no? And you are very similar to me. That's why we matched. But because I'm always looking at the positive thing, at everything, no? But yes, and casually also today I wrote in the morning when I journal very early in the morning. I wrote about this, about why are you following someone else? Why are you generating division? If you, I'm resuming up now, but if you're a human being as the one you're following, and as everybody else, no, with the same issues, you're the majesty of your own kingdom.
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
are.
Yes.
You might as well follow yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, Robert Frost has a great poem about, you know, there are two paths in the woods, and I chose to travel the one. I chose the one less traveled. You know, I can follow somebody else, and then all I'm doing is following their footsteps. There's nothing new there.
Yes, and plus you don't know who this person follows. So at the end, who are you following? You don't know.
So, you know, let's get a group together and make a new path.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
And there's so many ways. We have tools now that my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents didn't have. I mean, look at, we're connecting across an ocean.
Yes, incredible.
And they didn't have that opportunity.
No.
We can connect with anybody in the world right now to create a movement, to create energy, to create enthusiasm. Let's use that to build an environment we can all thrive and feel a part of, versus putting up barriers and putting up walls.
Yes, yes. Because they, at the end, they're all, they don't exist.
Nope.
There's no wall anywhere. It's just in our minds.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's time to take them down.
Yes. So Ralph, I really thank you for your time today, for being with us here, and yes, for everything, always.
I appreciate everything you do with the movement. Keep going.
Thank you so much.
I'll be there with you.
I know. I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.